Welcome live to Richmond International Raceway. Tonight, the site of the 4th annual Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown. Presented on speed by ToyotaRacing.com. It has become a beautiful evening after a thunderstorm roared through here earlier and dampened things and put us into a several-hour hole. The K&N Pro Series East race was finished up, and we are ready to go for Denny Hamlin and his foundation to benefit some great causes. In a minute, we'll tell you how you can help. Joey Logano is here as well. Kyle Busch, winner of the first 2 showdowns. Travis Pastrana, Extreme Sports star and K&N Pro Series racer, and C.E. Falk III, the defending champion of this charity event. They're all at the ready to benefit the Denny Hamlin Foundation. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Richmond. I'm Mike Joy with Kenny Wallace and Ken Schrader, and we're set for a fun night. This has all the atmosphere and fun of a Pro-Am golf event. The amateurs soliciting autographs and pictures with the professionals, some eager to approach them, some a little bit afraid and hanging back, but everybody has been in a great mood today and is having a great time for a great cause. And for now, it's a charity race. It's awesome what Denny Hamlin is doing, but Kenny Schrader, I think a race might break out because once these guys fire these motors up, it's all about who can win and what can we do for this great charity.
Yeah, the charity was that was the adjective there, you know.
Right.
The race was the main thing, and no one's thinking charity once they say, gentlemen, start your engines. Then it becomes all about the race.
And looky here, old Rowdy Busch, Kyle Busch. He never likes to finish second. He wants to win this race. He's run second in this race quite a few times.
He's won it twice. Dick Bergman.
With Denny Hamlin, who has never won his own race, or at least not so far. Have you got the car to win this thing tonight?
I hope so, but we're going to start in the back tonight. Just
why is that?
I don't know. There's just something that says I need to start in the back. So I'm going to see how it all plays out. So got a good car here. 75 laps is going to be, we're going to do a lot of work early, so we're going to see how it all turns out.
And a lot of cars to pass for sure. Bob?
Well, we might be getting a little bit rowdy tonight. Rowdy Busch, Kyle Busch will start 9th here tonight, and you won the first 2 Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdowns. So I know this is a charity race. How much is this serious business, though?
It's serious. It's always serious business anytime you get behind the wheel of a race car. So we'll see how tonight goes. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't thank D&H Marketing enough, and the guys from Midas Merchandising. So it's fun to have them on board with us to just go out here and have a good time with everybody. Thank the fans for coming out and supporting this event and being able to put on a good show. So hopefully we can do that tonight, and we'll see how it pays out.
Kyle Busch hoping for the hat trick in this event here tonight.
Thanks, Bob. Now, you can help, and your help is needed. Richmond International Raceway is participating. Toyota is a big part of this. And to donate, operators are standing by at this toll-free number, 888-636-0292. Call, donate, sit back, and watch what we think is going to be a pretty great race. Welcome back to Richmond. Here's Dr. Dick Berggren.
Stuart, the real question is, you Cup drivers, you famous guys who have won all these races here, are starting in the back. The local racers have beaten you in qualifying. What's going to happen in this race?
There's a reason for that, because we sucked in qualifying. So there's a lot of us getting our butts kicked tonight. So we're having fun, though, and we're here for a good cause, too. But, you know, it's kind of a dual purpose deal. You got guys out here that realize that this is a good night for them to get recognized, and there's some of us that are just trying to stay out of trouble tonight and make it through 75 laps without tearing up a good race car. So I think we're better. We're much better in qualifying, even though the time didn't show it. My balance was better. So I got, like Schrader would say, I got 75 laps to figure it out.
All right, good luck tonight, Tony. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Dick. You can see it's a loose atmosphere, and everybody's ready to have a lot of fun. So let's go trackside for tonight's opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as the Manchester High School Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Please welcome Chaplain J.J. Taylor of the Central Virginia Fellowship of Raceway Ministries as he offers this evening's invocation.
Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for our blessings and our opportunities. Help us to weather all the storms of life. We simply seek courage, wisdom, and serenity. As we gather here tonight, we ask for safety of the drivers, the crew, the officials, police, firemen, all of our American military, for protect our freedom. Amen.
Performing our national anthem, SunTrust presents America's Got Talent semifinalist, Allie Christensen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets of red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. No, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Tony Stewart calling attention to his charity event, the Prelude to the Dream at Eldora Speedway on June 8th. And that is another event that has a great history and comes up again.
Yes, and we've got, well, we think we got Bob Dillner's got Travis Pastrana first right here.
That's right, Kenny. Travis Pastrana, a wild ride. Right front tire goes down in the East race. But what do you expect from this one, Travis?
Well, we actually felt pretty good through all practice on the East Series, but definitely never really able to get up to where we were hoping to. This one, I was so far off the pace, man. It feels like a go-kart, but somehow these guys are making this go-kart fly around this track. So it's going to be a learning experience, but you know, I think Tony Stewart's right there in front of me, so if I can just follow him around, it should be all right.
There you go. At least he's got a duck to follow, guys, right?
Now, who's sitting up here?
I think it's Kevin Harvick to your right.
Yeah.
I love it. He tweeted that earlier. He says, I'm the only person sitting on the back straight, but he has found some girls that are friends.
Yeah. Yeah. And wow. You guys didn't really need to show that.
Can we insert a convenient commercial here or something?
We see you, Kevin.
Shut up, Kenny. Let's go trackside.
Race fans, are you ready? It's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Miss Sprint Cup, Monica Palumbo, as she gives the command.
Drivers, start your
It's pretty exciting, you know. I mean, we're getting this whole thing started, and I'd like to stay here with you guys, but I'm going over with Kevin.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're staying right here. Please. Here's tonight's Toyota track description and race analysis as you look at Rowdy Busch. We'll start this race up front.
Three-quarter of a mile track. The first segment we're going to run here is 40 laps. Then we have a small break. I think it's a 5-minute break, I believe. And then the second segment, they come back for 35 laps.
And what a great short track. The banking's in the turns, 14 degrees, front stretch 8 degrees. backstretch really flat. But look at the front straightaway, Kenny, 1,290 feet, and that's because of that long dog leg. And then down the back straightaway, 860 feet.
And after all the years of running here, you know what you and I learned tonight?
Yes.
The start-finish line isn't in the middle of the front straightaway. We thought it was.
All those years.
Let's have a look at the Toyota starting grid for tonight's race. Max Gresham, Matt McCall. Now, on the inside lane are all of the guaranteed starters. That's all of these fellows on the left of your screen. On the right are the drivers who time trialed in based on their time trial position. Matt McCall, Brandon McReynolds, Brandon Dean, Frank Daney Jr., Gresham, Wallace, Hamlin, and Chase Elliott. On the inside, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Waltrip, White, and time trialed in Kyle Grissom, Jeff Oakley, Brandon Butler, George Meideke. Curtis Markham runs one race a year. This is it. Hermie Sadler, Tony Stewart, Eric Almirola, and in the outside lane, Johnson, Rodenbeck, Godsey, and Robertson. That's the first 24. On the left, Pastrana, Elliott, that's Bill Elliott. Burt Myers from Bowman Gray, the modified champ, Scott Turlington. And on the right lane, Nick Smith, Matt Walsh, Richard Boswell, and Clint King. C.E. Falk, defending champ of this race. Wesley Falk. There's a lot of Falks that race in Virginia, let me tell you. Peyton Sellers on the outside, former short track champ of NASCAR, and Clint Mills, 36th. That left about 13 drivers disappointed, not fast enough to make this show. Time for our speed spotlight drivers, beginning with Dick Bergman.
And Burt Myers drives car number 3 tonight, Mike. He is going to start about in the middle of the pack. He is a 10-time track champion who just a couple of weeks ago endured one of the worst crashes of his career. Hit a super modified, throttle stuck into the wall, nearly end over end, broke ribs, also punctured a lung. This is going to be a real challenge for him. Bobby.
Brandon Butler in the 29 machine will start 14th tonight, and he's a local hotshot from here in Virginia. He's won so many races in this state. And you know what? Tonight he's going up against some of his heroes from the Cup Series. But there's one guy in the field tonight that actually calls Brandon Butler his hero. And that is a guy that he competed with in the late model ranks a long time ago, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin is a big fan of Brandon Butler, and he calls him his hero. Herman?
My spotlight is Frank Denny Jr., car number 5. He comes from California, way out on the West Coast. He is a racer. Listen to this. 5-time champion, over 100 late model wins. He races all over the United States. I call him an outlaw. Not just does he race these cars for a living, but he builds them for a living. He's got incredible passion. And, oh, here's a little tidbit of information. He built the pole sitter for tonight's race car, Kyle Busch. So he owns Kyle Busch's car.
I'll tell you what, Kenny, that's definitely a good spotlight, but I'm going with Peyton Sellers. Peyton was second fastest in practice, broken engine. They had to not go to the truck and get the spare engine or someone else's truck. They had to go to an engine builder out of town a little ways, got back, barely got in time to qualify, qualified his way in. He's 2005 NASCAR Whelen All-American Series champion. He has the one in the K&N Pro Series East race and a lot of experience, and I'm going to watch him.
All right, ready to race for charity for the Denny Hamlin Foundation. You can participate. Your help is needed. There's the number on the screen. It's a toll-free call. Operators are standing by, waiting for your call up until 11 p.m. tonight. We're ready to go green. 75 laps in 2 segments. 40, then 35. Darrell Waltrip waves the green flag. We're racing in Richmond for charity.
And look at this. Joey Logano says, boom, I'm attacking right away. Is he passing Kyle Busch into turn 1?
Yes, he is. Side by side for second. McCall gets out with the lead.
Whoa.
Trouble back straightaway. Big pileup. 3 cars in the wall. 4, 5. Elliott around. Without any damage to Bill Elliott's car, but a bunch of them are torn up on the very first lap of this race.
What's your phrase there, Kenny? Your phrase you used before?
Riding high.
They're crashing all over.
They're crashing everywhere.
They're crashing.
Oh,
Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin, he elected to start in the back.
I think his car's okay.
He looks good.
I don't think he got banged up in this. Brandon Butler got a bad piece of it. And there's a little damage to the number 9 of George Meideke.
Well,
and on pit road already with heavy damage, Matt Waltz in the 24 and the 12 of Nick Smith. Boy, it didn't take long. It was about 2/3 of the way back coming out of turn number 2. Matt McCall is your leader, but we're quickly under caution. And the 24 of Waltz has gone to the garage. And it looks like the
Nick
12
Smith
may follow. And that is the 29 of Brandon Butler, still up against the wall waiting the record.
Well, you know, even though this is, oh, look at this, the 31 car.
Yep.
So many great cars taken out on lap half. We didn't even go one lap. Yeah.
I don't think the right side of the car felt the love, but let's see what happens here. It's well back of the leader.
Ooh.
Oh, boy, it was Butler going around.
Just gets loose, Mike.
Already got help. We don't.
4, yeah. And then it was on from there. Elliott spins to miss it. A lot of damage to Eddie Johnson's 57. Rodenbeck is part of that one. Hard to tell how it started, but it sure ended up badly.
Well, I've been told this before. It's good thing you weren't all up to speed yet, because that would have been big.
You know what? They just got in the 4th gear, 29.
You saw Denny Hamlin, the next to last car in line, lock the brake up in the middle of 2, and his car spun, and it looks like it avoided any further damage. The 80 of Wesley Falk is among those on pit road. So is the 26, Philip Morris. Former national short track champion of NASCAR, Peyton Sellers got a bit of it. Patty Rodenbeck. Lots of damage. This is the 4th annual running of the Denny Hamlin race. The previous 3, including the clip you saw earlier, were at Southside Speedway, south of Richmond, on the south side, of course. Promoter Sue Clements has been ill, and that's why the track is not open this weekend to hold the Denny Hamlin race, so it moves up here to the Speedway. The good news is racing will return to Southside beginning June 17th.
Well, I know there was a lot of people scrambled to make that happen, but you got to give a big hats off to the Richmond Raceway here to let the race come here, which I don't, anybody would want this race. It's an honor to have it here, but it's neat to have it here.
A lot of people say, what kind of cars are these guys racing? Well, these are late model stocks. They weigh 3,100 pounds. They do have 2-barrel carburetors on it, but it's a great rule because it keeps the cost down, so these guys can race every week. 500 carburetors. That's the size.
500 cubic feet per minute.
Yeah, there you go. You're really good at that. You're smart. That's why you do the Barrett Jackson show every time. You know a lot.
All right, now here's what happens on the restart, complete restart, so everybody must go back to their assigned positions. On every subsequent restart, every car will have the opportunity to make lane choice. And that gets really interesting.
So, do we think we're going to see, is this a complete restart?
It's supposed to be. Complete restart according to the published starting lineup.
One thing is for sure, Travis Pastrana has his car fixed and we're going green, boys. And I got goosebumps and I'm ready to go. What about you, Kenny Schrader? You excited?
I just can't wait to see what happens next. There's just no telling.
And they all just passed Kevin Harvick all by himself on the back straightaway.
Oh, he's not by himself. He's got Elliott Sadler with him now.
Now they're joining because they want to be on TV, and here we go.
All right. Off turn 4, green flag in the air once again. Matt McCall inside. Logano tried to split the middle, and there was nowhere to go. As he's inside Kyle Busch, who has a big run off turn 2, looking for the lead.
Joey Logano has got a transmission in that car tonight. He has been the fastest car on both restarts so far.
KB to the front. And Rowdy reigns in Richmond, with McCall second. Brandon McReynolds, that blue number 28, is third. His best buddy Logano on the outside fighting for the spot.
This racetrack lends to the side-by-side racing. Now these are two friends, Brandon McReynolds, Joey Logano, and they're like, you're not going to get me, I'm going to get you side-by-side into turn 1.
Max Gresham, the 71, gets inside Logano. Brandon Dean, the 54. Michael Waltrip in the Napa 15. Then Jason White, Frank Daney Jr., and Kyle Grissom, the top 10.
Michael Waltrip in that 15 Napa Toyota Camry. He was fast in practice, Kenny.
We saw him in practice, and before we realized it was Michael, which I don't know why we didn't. It says 15 Aaron's and Napa, so we should have been able to figure that out. But
he was going fast, and that's what confused us.
Oh, stop it. That's not nice.
I love him.
What a 3 weeks for Michael Waltrip. 2 weeks ago, raced Talladega. Last week, practice at Le Mans. This weekend, he's racing in this race. He's calling the nationwide race on tomorrow night, and then he's going to go run a triathlon, something he's never done before. On what, Sunday?
Yeah, but Darrell pointed out earlier today that could be a little problem.
Yeah.
He's run marathons and done real good, but I'm not sure he knows in the triathlon. If I say that
yes.
here, that he's got to swim, because Darrell says he can't swim.
Well, he can swim, but I don't think he's ever swum a mile.
And here is a superstar making his charge at the front. Frank Denny Jr., number 5. He builds these race cars, runs them for a living, and he's charging.
Second place, McCall McReynolds.
You know, earlier tonight we watched the KN Pro Series East, and Brandon McReynolds in the 28 finished about 19th. But now he's in the car, Kenny Schrader, where he can run up front. It's good to see him showing his skills as he runs third in the blue 28.
Yeah, he was good earlier. I mean, it's just different cars, different level of competition. What we got going on here? Michael's still working on Joey there. But, you know, he definitely he ran good in the first race, just not as good.
6th place is what's at stake here. And they're running about 3.5 seconds back of the leaders.
You know, this whole racing thing just messes with our minds, because here we got two guys, obviously different points of their career, but it's Thursday night, and they've dedicated their whole day just out here having fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just having fun.
Here's Max Gresham for the Denny Hamlin Foundation. His FedEx 71 gets past McReynolds. Note the sponsor on McReynolds' car. You see the bright red of those numbers on that car? Does it remind you anything like the hot dogs at Martinsville?
Oh, yes.
Jesse Jones Franks. That's Brandon's sponsor tonight. And here comes Gresham to the inside of the 69 of Matt McCall. This would be for second place. Done. Move Gresham up to second. Now he's got 2 seconds to go, 2 seconds to chase down Kyle Busch. There's the gap.
He just leads every race we watch him run.
You're live on Speed with the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown. Your help is needed. Please call and donate. The number is toll free. Give him a call. We'll be right back. Kyle Busch leading this one, and Speed's Hermie Sadler in the 25 for the Sadler Foundation. And Clint King in the 07 battling.
Hermie is running 20th. Of course, Mr. King is running 19th in the 07. Hermie Sadler is a fine race car driver, and this is his home state of Virginia.
The 09 is Chase Elliott moving in. This is the first time that Chase and his dad have competed on the same track in full-bodied stock cars. Chase right now is 15th. Bill Elliott is 26th.
Chase is sandwiched between Denny Hamlin and Tony Stewart. Pretty good place to be.
And you know what? Denny Hamlin started last. He said, I'm going to start last in this race, even though I've earned a pole. He's all the way up to 14th position as he's on the inside of Curtis Markham.
Yeah, Curtis is Denny's spotter in the Sprint Cup Series. He was a great late model driver here in Virginia and ran in the Busch Series. And who's spotting for Denny? Curtis said, I don't know. And we asked Denny, who's spotting for you? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Tony Stewart off the pace. in the Prelude to the Dream race showing up June 8th?
He's promoting that race. He can say whatever he wants. He's just trying to get some TV time.
Okay, Larry Kemp, we've done what you want us to. Everybody knows the Prelude to the Dream is June 8th. We are done.
EldoraSpeedway.com for tickets. Okay, this battle, Darrell Wallace, who just won the K&N Pro race. He's in that black and blue, number 76. Battling the 5 of Frank Denny Jr., battling Michael Waltrip in the 15. And the 69, Matt McCall, is 5th. Behind Bush, Gresham, McReynolds, and Dean.
Do I sense tempers starting to flare? These guys are starting to root on each other. Kenny, look at this. We got some door banging going on. You don't want to mess with Frank Denny Jr. on the outside there in that number 5. He's a tough veteran.
Well, and you know, it's just the tires got a little time on them now, and it's just they're starting to realize that they got to go now to get themselves in position for that last 35-lap segment.
Right, we're going to go 40 laps, have a halftime break, and then run 35 to the finish.
Ooh, Frank Denny did not like getting stuck behind the 69 of McCall.
But look at Darrell Wallace, fresh out of victory lane, and he hops into this number 76, and he's moving smartly toward the front. He is in 6th place right now.
Closing in right on Michael.
Started 3rd, got shuffled back, working his way back to the front.
Looks like Bill went a lap down there by Rowdy.
Dick?
Well, about 15, 20 laps ago, Kyle Busch came on the radio, and he was talking about how well the car was running. But his crew said, but there's a guy behind you, and he's closing pretty good. Kyle then wanted to know about adjustments that have been made to the car. Did you change the right rear spring? And that 71 just kept on coming. We just heard Brandon McReynolds has got a bad vibration. Something has broken on his car. Eventually, Busch, in typical Western fashion, said, "Who is that guy?" And they said, "Max Gresham." He said, "Oh, now he understands about the car behind him."
Tony Stewart on pit road as well. That right rear looked askew on Stewart's car. Kyle Busch is the leader, and here comes Max Gresham.
And you know what? I was getting ready to radio to Kyle Busch. Kyle, let up, but I don't think he needs to, because here comes Max Gresham. This is exciting to see. Denny Hamlin get his sponsors on all these team cars out here. He's closing in on Kyle Busch. This is getting ready to be a race.
Bob?
That kid in the 71 car is actually Kyle Busch's teammate at Joe Gibbs Racing, but only in the East Series. We saw him just a little while ago compete in that series and finish in the top 3. Well, Max Gresham says simply, the car is great and fast. In fact, this car is a lot easier to drive than my East car.
Well, it's got a lot less horsepower. The weight's pretty similar. They do run a gear rule, and they run a chip rule that limits the RPM in the engine as well. So these cars, by the time they get midway down the front straightaway, it sounds like they're all pretty well wound out.
They're going as fast as they're going to go halfway down the straightaway, where a lot of the other cars with more power just continue to gain speed as they go down.
Kyle Busch's lead is cut to half a second over Max Gresham. Racing for the Denny Hamlin Foundation. Your help is needed. It's a free call. Give a call and donate. We'll be right back live on Speed. Kyle Busch, Max Gresham. During break, they were fighting side by side for the lead, splitting lapped cars and making daring moves in traffic.
Wow, this is a good race. Look at this. Gresham goes low, 3 wide, and he's sideways across the stripe. We're like, okay, who's the daredevil here as they go into turn 1? This was some great driving.
Well, the 80 car knew that he didn't need to be involved right there.
Right.
But this is what I like. Rowdy, he stays on his outside, but watch this move. This was awesome. Kyle pitches it sideways right there. It takes the lead back.
Gresham tried to jump down to the bottom, but it was too late. Behind the wall, Brandon McReynolds after running 3rd. Dick?
Mechanics underneath the back end of the car that looked at the engine. What is it?
Yeah, I'm really not sure. It's just a shame. I mean, Dad came up here with us and gave me a good car, and Nick Hutchins, all the guys did a real nice job. But obviously, our performance speaks for itself. You just can't have mechanical stuff go wrong like that. But one of those deals, we'll be back. It was a pleasure to race against these guys, and I think we had something for them for the end.
We sure did. Thanks.
Teammates Hamlin and Logano battling side by side for 10th place. Two proven Cup guys, and they're just now trying to break into the top 10.
And look at this, 2 by 2. Mikey Waltrip on the outside. Mikey's all the way up the 4th. Man, he's holding a pretty wheel.
Traffic a factor. Wesley Falk on the outside. Michael says bye-bye.
We should be coming up on our caution flag here soon.
But look at his battle for third. Michael Waltrip trying to hold off Darrell Wallace Jr. Now we just breezed right through halftime, lap 40. There may have been an adjustment to when the halftime break will happen. We're now told it will be at lap 45, 4 laps from now, and it can't come soon enough for these two.
I know a lot of races I wish would have been like 45 laps instead of 50. You know,
we're having fun here tonight for this Denny Hamlin charity event, making a couple rules up as we go. But nothing as fun as this race right now.
Wow.
Two-time Daytona 500 champion Michael Waltrip sawing on that wheel. What a blast Darrell Wallace is having right now.
Oh, he's having a career night. And where's that smoke coming from?
I think that's off the tire, off the fender or something. They've got that car down in front.
There's a lot of work that goes into these cars to keep the front ends really low, and I agree with you, Kenny. I think they have Darrell Wallace at number 76, blue and black car. I think they have the front end so low, it's the tires are rubbing the body. Look at Mikey go back to the inside, sawing on that wheel.
Well, there is no invert on the restart. They restart heads up, just the way they come off the track at the break. They're going to split that 0.5 of Doug Godsey, who almost gets into Wallace. One more lap, and we should, we think, see the caution flag. Kyle Busch, Max Gresham, they are 8 seconds ahead of the Wallace-Waltrip battle. How many Wallace-Waltrip battles have we seen over the years?
A lot.
Yeah, lots.
Lot. Rusty Wallace and Darrell Waltrip. And how about that legendary quote by Darrell Waltrip? Rusty, you'll choke on that $200,000.
All right, now here is the caution for a generous portion of halfway. 45 down, 30 to go is the way it sorts out. We'll take a break, and we'll talk to some folks when we come back. You are watching the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown live on Speed. Welcome back to Richmond International Raceway, where it's halftime in three-quarter time. Anyway, all the cars are on pit road. During this scheduled break, they can take on as many as 2 tires if they wish. Let's go to Dick Bergman.
And Kyle Busch is pitted, and they're not sure what they need to do to his car in order to fix it. It was good for the first 25 laps, but then it got loose here, tight there. Sometimes he didn't know whether it was going to go loose or whether it was going to go tight or whether it was going to do both. So they're going to try to make a little adjustment. The two tires are going to go on the outside of this car. Busch has dominated this event. Indeed, he has won 2 of the 3 of these so far. Bobby?
Max Gresham's team going to work on the right side of this machine right now. 2 tires will go on the number 71 car. Max said it's really simple. He said, guys, if you can get me to turn in the center of the corner, this car will fly because we can beat Kyle Busch on this racetrack. So Max Gresham talking to his crew chief, Lee McCall, who's been around the NASCAR ranks for so many years, but Gresham likes his race car.
So we're at halftime right now. Most cars are taking on 2 right side tires. There is a purse here, $7,500 to win for this race. Now tomorrow, big day on Speed. It begins with nationwide practice at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Don't touch that dial because we've got live NASCAR action from Richmond for you all the day through. A couple of Sprint Cup practices, qualifying for both divisions, a trackside special, and you will see the 250-lap NASCAR Nationwide Series race right here on Speed tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern Time.
Down here, Michael Waltrip looks like he's having a blast inside that race car. You're sweating pretty much, but how is she so far?
It's been a fun car to drive. It's really loose, you know. You just back it into the corner, and then you slide it off. And I raced these cars at Richmond before on bias ply tires and Cup, and it was always a great deal of fun. And the Napa Toyota on bias ply tires tonight is a lot of fun.
Michael, you got anything for the top guys?
Well, I was out running them there at the end, and then I got in all that traffic. This is crazy. I'm as loose as I've ever been, but I think I just need to be a little bit freer for the end of the run to have a chance to beat them. But I'm as fast as they are if I can just get a good start.
Hey, Doc, you can tell by his animation there, he's having fun.
Joey Logano's not having fun. He's explaining to Brandon McReynolds, his buddy, that he has got a significant carburetor problem. The car is skipping coming off the corners when he gets on the throttle. As a result, 2 mechanics under the hood right now. They're going to pull this carburetor off and put a different one on and hope for better results in the end of this race. Bob.
Over here with Darrell Wallace Jr., who just won the K&N Pro East Series race. But, Darrell, you're looking pretty good here. Do you have anything for the top couple of guys?
I believe so. I mean, our car is pretty good. It's a little tight coming off of 2 in both 4, so we just have to work with it here, make a few adjustments. Like the motor's overheating a little bit, but I think we're getting that cooled back down and go back at it. Yeah, awesome race that last 30 minutes ago that I was in, so still pumped up about that, but also being patient at the same time in this one.
Darrell Wallace going for 2 wins here tonight at Richmond International Raceway. We are going to walk over to his next door neighbor here on pit road, Denny Hamlin, who elected to start at the rear of the field. And Denny, a lot of work going on your race car right now. You start at the rear and you're coming on strong.
Yeah, we when I spun the first lap, it flat spotted the tires. I mean, I was shaking the whole run, so there's nothing I could do about it. We got to run these tires. So now that we have new right sides, the right rear was all the way down to the cords from the flat spot, so we should be a lot better now, hopefully, this segment.
You've never won this race. You remember that?
I need some dicing going on up front.
Well, it could happen. Denny Hamlin and all his rowdy friends are here tonight, and we're glad you're here to watch them. We're here to raise money for charity, the Denny Hamlin Foundation. Your help is needed. It's a free call. So come on, get off the couch and pick up the phone. And be right back with us here after the break. If you're just joining us, it is it's a kind of a version of halftime at 47 of 75 laps. Drop of the green flag. Kyle Busch from the pole. And kablam, Brandon Butler and a whole bunch of cars. More than a dozen involved. Most of which were able to return to the racetrack. A complete restart. And this time they ran it clean. And for the lead, 3 wide, 71 Max Gresham on the inside. Kyle Busch on the outside. Lap car in the middle. And experience prevailed. Busch getting the lead back here in traffic.
Good racing there.
Ready for the restart. And the free pass will be Jeff Oakley, number 16. He'll get back on the lead lap when we go green. Bob?
Guys, a possible problem on Max Gresham's numbered 71 car. When they pulled the right rear tire off, they noticed that the right rear hub is actually cracked. Basically what they told Max is if you feel a vibration coming from that right rear of that car, we're going to have to park the machine even though you're running so well.
If you can see a crack, you're in trouble. That's all I can tell you. We used to use special equipment to find cracks that you can't see with the naked eye. If they could see that with the eye, that's really dangerous. So I'm sure he'll be pulling in if it doesn't make it, but only what, 30 laps to go.
Yeah, and most of the time, any of that stuff that's cracked hardly ever gets better.
Oh no.
Now the guy I really like for this end of this race is Joey Logano. Even though he's 11th and we have a limited number of laps left, when they were making that carburetor change, if they did it properly, right, they took that 500 CFM 2-barrel off and they put it over back in the truck or the toolbox, and they put something big with 4 barrels on there.
Now we're talking.
And that would really help him the last part of this race.
I love
because it's late, it's a charity race. We don't know how much tech they're going to do afterwards. It's not for points. It's for about having fun.
Hey.
So hopefully, and I know this is something Darrell Waltrip would know about, they made the right change.
Look, Ken, you got him standing room only on the backstretch.
We got him standing
back in the
there.
Kevin Harvick suite.
And next to the Bubba Burger 250 sign, which is our nationwide race tomorrow night. Here we go, Kevin. He's tweeting to me. Hey, look over here, buddy.
Wait a minute. I thought when you tweet, it goes to everybody.
Oh, it does. I'm just acting silly. But check this out.
You're acting silly.
Well, you know, I'm a silly guy, you know. And remember, I'm the funny Wallace.
Dick Bergman.
Well, Kyle Busch is not used to driving these cars. He drives late model stock cars that look like this, but not with engines that have this little horsepower. And so his conversation almost from the time when he left the pits has been about what RPM should he shift the car at in order to get a good restart. How did they figure it out? They went to Frank Denny, the car builder, 6,800 RPM. At first he was going to go at 7,000. The crew said, don't do that. That's red line. 68's pretty close.
Sure is. All right, here's how they'll restart. Now it's lane choice for the restart. Kyle Busch takes the outside, Max Gresham the inside, and right behind them, Darrell Wallace the inside, Michael Waltrip the outside. So not a lot of changing in these first 5 rows. Nobody got the opportunity to move up due to lane choice.
Now, if Max can get a good start here, get down into turn 1 with him even, and then just hit him real hard, that would help his chances too.
And let Mikey Walter go to the win. Here we go.
28 laps to go, and Gresham can't go.
Mikey Waltrip moves into second place. We have not seen if he can challenge old Rowdy Busch.
It's gonna
Look
be,
at this.
It's going to be hard to hit him now.
Well, he can get to him.
Busch, Waltrip, Wallace are the front 3 as they round off turn number 4. Brandon Dean comes up for 4th place in that red 54, and he is challenged on the inside by Frank Denny Jr. in the 5.
Oh, man.
How hard do we think Mikey Waltrip's digging right now? You know he wants it bad.
And there's my man. There's my spotlight driver of the night, the number 5 on the inside, the black car, Frank Denny Jr. This is what he does for a living, these cars. He is on a mission.
And we're told Jason White will receive a 2-lap penalty for an unapproved tire change.
Oh, come on.
During the break.
Let him have it.
He was running up front. And there's his gunbroker.com number 23.
Doesn't look like Joey back there made the right carburetor change.
No, he did not put on a good carburetor. But I agree with you, Kenny Schrader. Joe Logano had every opportunity to put on a 4-barrel.
Yes.
He should have done that.
We're told that on the restart, Max Gresham missed a shift, and that's why he shot back through the field and now finds himself in 5th trying to regain lost ground.
I'm going to tell you what, Mikey Waltrip is shadowing Rowdy Busch for the lead as they go by. Look at this race. 2 wide, 5 rows back.
Oh, and by the way, this just in. We're going to have a caution with 10 to go.
Great!
I predict a caution with 10 to go.
I love it.
Okay.
This is a good show tonight. This track, everybody says, what's your favorite track? I always say Richmond, and this is why. Look at it. Now we're 3 wide.
Yeah, look who's come. Oh, up front, Michael Waltrip wants to lead. When's the last time Michael Waltrip won a race? It's been a while.
The truck race.
Well, yeah.
On speed. Daytona.
But look, while Mikey was making that move,
Darrell Wallace
sneaks in there.
Darrell Wallace to the inside of Michael Waltrip for 2nd.
How big a career night would this be if you could win both races?
Big. Everybody is good. Look at Darrell Wallace. Yeah, he's moving Mikey up the track. Mikey's saying, hey, I'm not going to take this. So he's coming back on him.
Well, sometimes when you're on the outside, you don't have a choice but to take it. But you can get back to the inside.
Yes, Bobby Allison taught me years ago. It's way better to be on the inside because now I have 8 tires.
Right, 8 tires corner better than 4.
Right, I like that.
All right, Jason White's car is no longer being scored. refusal to obey the black flag.
Kenny Schrader, I agree with you. That blue and black number 76, at the end of this night, everybody in the United States is going to know Darrell Wallace. He won the K&N race, and now he's running second in this charity race.
Here's Gresham coming back under Denny. This is for 4th place. And looked like a tire down. Sparks flying, car up toward the wall, and he's going to get away. That is the number 88, Eric Almirola, in trouble.
He's looking for a spot to get down right now. That's why spotters are so important. He's saying, get me down, get me down. Spotter's going to say, now you're clear. Oh, he's got rear end problems. He can hardly hang on to it.
57 down, 18 to go. Boy, if Michael Waltrip could get to the front and win this, what a winning percentage he would have this season.
And I have got to give a shout out to Steve Grissom's son, nationwide champion, his son, Kyle Grissom. Look at that, 32, running side by side with Denny Hamlin. I can remember when that kid was playing in the playgrounds, and here he is now, Kyle Grissom, a full-blown late model racer.
Yeah, well, you've been doing this for a long time, Kenny. You're a lot older than most of us. But,
yeah, true.
Yeah, you can remember a lot of stuff.
Hey, you raced with Ben Hur. Stop it.
Yeah, okay.
Chariot. You were racing chariots.
Yeah, when they came up with them round wheels, it really changed things, I'm telling you.
Gresham is up to 4th behind Kyle Busch, Darrell Wallace, and Michael Waltrip.
Hey, I kind of like the sound of that Wallace running second with 16 to go. Maybe I can do that tomorrow night for the nationwide race live on Speed.
Dick Berggren.
Eric Almirola's problem, no brakes.
Thanks, Dick. Clint King in the 07 up to 14th. Almirola you saw sitting on pit road. Brandon Dean, the 54. They're in 15th. He had been up as high, I believe. He's been up in the top 5. Hermie Sadler in the 25. He is the 19th place car. Sadler Brothers Foundation on the hood of Hermie's car.
Peyton Sellers off the pace
Yeah,
there.
he's had a tough night. Had a tough day.
Tough day. You know, with someone that's capable of winning these races all the time.
Well, and like you said, Kenny, this guy deserves the tough luck award. He just, what'd you say, he didn't go to his hauler to get his spare motor? Where'd he go?
They had to go out of town to an engine builder that had one sitting there, and it was a borrowed engine, but they gave it quite the effort. It just didn't work out for them.
Nope, the Southern States car hits for pit road with 12 laps to go now. And Denny Hamlin is on the way.
You know, if we were to get a late race yellow here, this restart will be big, big.
He is up to 7th after starting shotgun on the field at his request. Didn't want to start his own charity race from the pole.
Well, I think that's a good decision.
All right, 64 complete, 11 to go. I predict a caution next time by. Just because.
Are you Houdini?
No.
No, but the flagman's also holding the yellow. I don't know, but that's...
Kenny, he always holds the yellow, just in case he needs it.
I never look when I go by. It's just either out or not. Do they hold the yellow all the time?
Yes, he does.
Hey, he's waving it.
Man, you're good, Mike Joy.
You've seen this before, haven't you?
Caution is out. Don't ask us to show you the debris. Pick up the phone, call, and donate. The call is free. Help us out. And we'll be right back for the final exciting 10 laps. Welcome back to the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown. We're ready for the could-be final restart. Okay, the caution was planned. It was a planned caution with 10 to go. That's why we couldn't show you the debris. There isn't any except what's here in the booth. All right. Darrell Wallace, Kyle Busch set to settle this with Michael Waltrip, Max Gresham, Frank Denny, and Matt McCall.
I love that Darrell Wallace was sending Rowdy Busch a message, rubbing all over his door.
And Michael shoves Kyle all the way down into turn 1.
This isn't telling
Inside is
no.
Gresham, and loose goes the pull car of Wallace, and around they go. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. Okay,
Falk got taken out in that one, the 40, last year's winner, as Wallace goes around. Kenny, you said this could get big.
Yeah.
Gosh, it did.
Yep, that's bad for Darrell Wallace. He had a good run going, obviously.
Well,
too much heart and not enough traction.
And there is last year's winner.
Yep.
He's done for tonight. Obviously, water running out of the radiator. Gresham got left front damage. You know, this is a great charity, but when they get in there and they can smell a victory in anything, this is what happens.
So Kyle Busch is the leader. Denny is second. Denny Hamlin has snuck up to third. There's Wesley Falk's car. Waltrip fourth, McCall fifth. Let's see. Now watch the 76. Maybe that's where this started.
Darrell Wallace goes in the corner, which is a tough situation here at Richmond. Very loose feeling car. He's sideways trying to save it. Gresham gets into him, Kenny Schrader, then into Mikey, and boy, this is it.
Well, he had just an extra amount of enthusiasm.
Very well put.
You know, just a lot of enthusiasm getting in, and it just got in too hard and got loose on him. And then he got a little bit of help from behind when he was already vulnerable.
Yep, right here.
Yep.
Looked like Gresham was trying to cut to the outside to get away from him and just couldn't. There wasn't room.
Yeah. See, really the key thing there in that restart would have been for Gresham to hit Wallace and knock him into Busch, and you really wouldn't notice it. You were the guy that started it from third that much.
That's a good point.
You sound like a trained professional.
Well, I've been on both sides of these things.
Are you saying you wrecked people before?
Well,
No, he didn't say
I've
that.
caused these kind of situations, and then I've been one of the guys spinning before.
Yes, here we are, another angle.
For some reason, Richmond, a lot of our tracks do it, but Richmond more than some of the other ones. And when something happens here, the smoke goes up, you can't see anything.
That's got to be a heartbreaker. You know, you go to victory lane, you hop in a car, you think you got a great chance to have a great finish, and it all goes kaboom with 7 laps to go. Red flag with 6 to go. That means you still have time to call. Did I tell you it's a toll-free call?
Will you tell me the number? There it is.
It's right there on the screen. Pick up your phone, dial, donate. We'll be right back. Red flag while they clean up in turn number 2 for a multi-car pileup. At least 5 cars involved. And the late word from Matt Yoakum, the maitre d' of the Kevin Harvick suite on the back straightaway, is that everybody there is having a great time.
The only thing I wonder about Kevin's suite back there, being they're the only ones over there, do you think they snuck in and didn't pay?
I don't think they paid. We should send everybody.
We should send security over there now.
Kenny, let me explain to you about a hard card.
Yeah.
That'll do wonders for you.
I got a new nickname for this suite that Kevin Harvick and all his homies are using. This is called the Redneck Riviera. There we go. Look at that. Look at Elliott Sadler. He's reading everybody's tweets. What are they saying about us?
Let's go down to Bob Dillner.
And I'm with Darrell Wallace Jr., who's still cracking a smile here even after getting out of that race car. So that restart, tell me about what happened there.
Well, you had Rowdy Busch up on the outside. I knew you'd take the outside. I guess the better line around here on the restarts. And Andy Santerre come on the radio, and he's like, you're running with the best of the best. You got eyes watching you, so don't do nothing stupid. So I was going to give him a run for my money. Drove in a little deep, got a little sideways, and I had it saved, and then I just got tapped from the rear. But awesome night. I can't even get mad over this. We just won the East race not too long ago, and put my name in the books here. So definitely awesome night. I just want to thank Sellers Racing for setting up the car. And Chad McCumbee for letting us use his motor. You know, after the wreck, we were just like, bring it in. We don't want to do anything else to it. So it was pretty good.
So I like you park the car on pit road, you get out, and why don't you tell me about that reaction that you had when you got out of the race car?
Well, this is my first double duty that I pulled, so I was just happy and I was tired. So I just laid down for a second, gained my composure back, and come out here and do this interview.
Good night, man.
Thank you,
Doc.
Well, Kyle Busch may be leading this race and has dominated all night, but not all has gone well. At the moment, they are concerned about the fuel pickup in the number 51 car. Busch has complained several times over the night that it feels as if the car is periodically running out of gas, and they have decided that the problem is in the fuel pickup. And will the pickup work when he needs it most on the next restart?
Kenny, this morning you told me you got to spend some time with your car owner from your rookie cup year, the Virginia gentleman, Junie Donlevy. I think he's past the 90 mark.
Well, he's turned 87 in April.
Okay, geez,
and I got to spend. We went to go out to eat breakfast today. He lost his wife Phyllis recently, but he looks very good. He's in good shape, getting around good. Gets a little bit confused about what happened yesterday, but knows what springs that we ran here in 1980.
Awesome.
You know,
Yep.
So but what a gentleman of this sport, and had a lot of success for what they had to operate with. But the main thing he had respect from everybody in the garage area.
Absolutely. Wonderful man, great car owner. Had quite a fleet of drivers over the years. Now, we have 5 to go. Who has anything for Kyle Busch?
Okay, I say that it's going to be Denny Hamlin is going to have something for Kyle Busch. But that Willie veteran, that number 5 car, Frank Denny, I don't know. I think I'm calling Denny Hamlin.
It's going to take a missed shift, a fuel pickup, or in Kyle's part, or a bumper, or in someone else's part, is the way I see it.
I like the last one. A bumper on Kyle Busch, my friend.
Well, it don't have to be a bumper. You can use your right front tire.
Yeah.
Now, here's news. Max Gresham has come to pit road and gives up 4th spot. So it will be, for lane choice, Busch to the outside, Michael Waltrip inside, Frank Denny Jr. takes the inside. So Hamlin is right up there with a chance to win it.
We remember back to the Phoenix Sprint Cup race when Jeff Gordon had to lean on Kyle just a little bit. Not that he wasn't faster anyway, but he was pretty hungry and he saw an opportunity.
All right, we're ready for the restart. Here's another question. Will we see a few tries at green white checker tonight?
That's a pretty good bet. It will happen.
Kenny?
I thought they were only going to do one try.
They changed that rule.
Okay, well, it's like everything else. So we're just going to hang
They
here.
made that rule about 15 minutes ago. They made a rule we're only going to have one green white checker, and now they've decided, well, why not? We're going to try it 3 times if we need to.
Okay, we're not going to go green here this time, and we're going to get to 1 to go again.
Right.
So, and I think that's a good decision to give us more than 1 green white checker,
because we may need it.
We've seen some cases where 1 just isn't enough.
All right, Hermie Sadler got the free pass. Well, I hope he did, because he's the guy that passed the pace car and is driving around to the back of the field.
He deserves it.
Sure, why not? It's all for charity.
Hell, it was originally going to be 1 to go. It was going to be green, so he just went.
Time to go.
What would Kevin do?
Look, hey, Harvick, do you hear me?
Hey, the crowd is growing over there.
His wife, Delana Harvick, is telling him.
No, wait a minute.
What we are saying about him.
This just in. There will be only 1 attempt at green white checker.
Oh,
if
told you
needed.
that?
A little birdie in my ear. All right, so this is not it, however. We're coming around to lap 73. This is just a regular restart as far as I know. But things change quickly. All right, Kyle Busch, Michael Waltrip, 51-15. Denny Hamlin in the 2nd row with Frank Denny. Then Chase Elliott, McCall, Burt Myers, Logano, King, and Turlington, the top 10. Everybody wants to be first into the first turn.
I think Mikey Waltrip was trying to get a running start on him. It didn't plan out. Denny's getting into Michael Waltrip.
That's Denny. While Denny is up to 2nd place behind Kyle.
Denny and Denny Hamlin. Boy, don't you know Denny Hamlin is just driving his heart. These 2 guys, this is a real race now.
1 to go.
This is for pride. Here we go.
But in a real green white checker.
Ooh, look at this.
Get that.
Look at this.
Denny's going to move him. He moves Kyle Busch. He's getting empty fuel. It's Denny Hamlin. Michael Waltrip. Off turn 4. Coming for the checkers from last to first. Denny Hamlin wins.
Oh my, what a race. It was a race for charity, and on the white flag, it was a race for pride. Denny Hamlin from last.
From last to victory lane. Michael Waltrip second. Chase Elliott finishes third. Joey Logano, Frank Denny Jr., Kyle Busch is sixth. Turlington, Myers, McCall, and Grissom, the top 10.
Well, we don't know exactly what happened there yet, but we do know that something happened to Kyle's car. So
I believe they were telling us the truth. He was wiggling the car as if he was out of gas.
Hey, want to see it again?
Yes, please.
All right.
Well, we know one thing for sure. Denny Hamlin has enough gas to do a burnout. Now, why Kyle Busch ran out of gas in a 75-lap race here, we don't know, but I'm sure we will find out.
You bring all your friends to this big charity showdown. You raise a lot of money. You start in the back, and you lead just one lap, the last lap.
I believe in
Here
karma.
it is.
Okay, see Kyle how he's wiggling the car?
yeah, he's searching for fuel. And you can have enough fuel in the car and not be picking it up. So it's not like they just ran out of gas.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, this is for charity, I agree, but look at the face on that crew chief. Hey, I believe in karma. Look at this. Denny Hamlin says, I want to start last. He's been trying to win his event, and now he wins it.
Now he's on the front straightaway. He's parked the car near start finish.
Coming to the start finish line.
And I believe he's coming for the flag.
I think he's going to give that helmet to somebody.
And Denny Hamlin wins it tonight here, Richmond International Raceway.
Give it to you. He's giving it to somebody. This is incredible.
Now, you don't think there'll be a fight right now for who's going to get that helmet, do you?
Wow. I believe he is paying it forward tonight. And I do believe in paying it forward. This guy is a class act, Denny Hamlin, the show he has put on tonight.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Here's Dick Berggren with the runner-up.
Well, Michael, that was quite a race. What was it like at the end? It seemed as if everybody was running into everybody.
Yeah, that 71, that was crazy. I don't know where he thought he was heading, but luckily I got up in the marbles, but I didn't hit the wall, and golly, it was so much fun. I'm like Kenny Wallace. I think some of them people done forget how good I am.
That's right.
I had to show them tonight that I still got it.
Well, congratulations. You did a nice job.
Thank you. I want to thank my sponsors, Aaron's and Napa, because they're the ones that make all this possible.
You always do that, though.
I got it in there. Thank you, Dick.
Good job.
He ran a great race tonight, and for a while, thought he could win it. We thought he could win it.
Uh-oh. Now he could be out of gas. He says he needs a push. He's saying, push me to victory lane. Kenny, why don't you run down there and push him?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's just a phenomenal night.
Well, his other teammate at Joe Gibbs Racing, Joey Logano, ended up fourth. How about Chase Elliott? Third place. What a great race.
And, you know,
a quiet third.
Yep. Well, we'll be back to talk with the winner and some of the other combatants in the 4th annual Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown, live on Speed. Well, it's about the slowest he's run all night, but Denny Hamlin has taken a victory lap. Hamlin is from Chesterfield, Virginia, just 20 miles away from Richmond International Raceway, and he scores a big win here tonight. Not the biggest of his career at Richmond, but certainly a big one for a fellow with a big heart who's raised a lot of money tonight for charity. How about the surprising young man who finished third, Dick Berggren?
With Chase Elliott, a good bit of sweat. How hard were you working in there?
Pretty hard. I wish we hadn't had, those guys went 3 wide getting into 1, and I really think we could have fought for Denny for the win there. I followed him up through the field the whole way and had a great car. I mean, I just want to thank Brandon Butler and just everybody over at his shop for giving me this opportunity, and I had a blast. It was definitely a lot better than the K&N race, so we still have some work to do on that side. I think we're gaining on it, so to get a good run in this car first time in these things was pretty cool.
Congratulations. This is the future.
What's going on in the background?
Hermie
Sadler just drove in this race.
What are you doing, Hermie?
Dick, we're filming a feature for NASCAR Race Day built by the Home Depot, as a matter of fact, that'll be on Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only on Speed.
Good job. All right, I'll let you finish up.
You talk about a guy that thanks all his sponsors.
Very good.
Denny Hamlin climbs out of the car. He's finally done it. After coming so close, he wins the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown. Oh, we're getting sprayed with Coke down here in Victory Lane, but Denny, finally.
Well, I can't believe something came my way for once in my life, but it was unbelievable. Got to thank Greg Marlowe and their chassis. They've just they did a great job helping prepare this race car. Just can't thank family enough. Everyone who helped put this on, the foundation. Obviously, the winnings here are going to go to some great causes. Got to thank Martin's, AAA, Sprint, Stock Car Steel, just all my friends. You know, it's just. This definitely goes a long way, especially you know, the way things have been going this year. So hopefully we keep this going.
Let's talk about coming from the rear, first of all, and second of all, what you saw coming out of turn 2 on that final lap.
Oh, it was unbelievable. He was shaking his car with 2 laps to go down the backstretch, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I saw he had a bad push the next corner, but it's just you know, it's bad luck on his part. He probably should have won the race, but it was a great ending to the Short Track Showdown. I could, you know. I wanted to go to the back. I wanted to make it right, the whole starting position stuff, and so, you know, we did it the hard way.
And I know a lot of great people are being, you know, supported by the proceeds here, including the victims from the tornado there in Alabama.
That's so important. I mean, there's, you know, with over 300 people killed these last few days of tornadoes, it's important for us to give some of this money to the people in Alabama. Our thoughts are with them.
Great causes by the Denny Hamlin Short Track Showdown, and Hamlin is the champ.
Thanks, Bob. Tonight, the Cystic Fibrosis Research benefits. So does Victory Junction Gang Camp, Tornado Relief, and the Children's Research Hospital of Richmond. What a wild night.
I give an A+ for Denny Hamlin. I mean, what a class act tonight.
It just an awesome show. Just shows what kind of heart he's got, and I enjoyed every bit of it.
Denny Hamlin is the winner of the 4th annual Denny Hamlin Charity Short Track Showdown, and we hope you enjoyed bonus coverage of the K&N Pro Series East race tonight, won by Darrell Wallace Jr. Thanks to Kenny Schrader for joining us, Kenny Wallace for sharing his humor and insight, and for Dick Berggren and Bob Dillner on pit road. I'm Mike Joy. Congratulations to Denny Hamlin, who raised a lot of money tonight for some great causes.